Welcome, my name is David Anderson and this is the first edition of At the Desk with Dave. What we're going to attempt to do here is post a weekly video on things to help you in all sorts of areas of your life. From my speaking topics that you can see on this website at davidlanderson.com for motivation, time management, business practices, software, etc. But this is going to be more fun. We'll do some of that stuff, but we're also going to do interviews with people, maybe some cleaning tips, all kinds of fun stuff that are just informative, supposed to be lighthearted, but make a difference in your life in every avenue that we can. We're just going to share with you some of the things we do. Now, since it is Christmas time, we thought for this first edition we'd do something very fun. Andrew is filming me here, and what I have on the ground is the infamous string of lights that make us pull our hair out sometimes. So I'm going to plug this in real quick and see what we got with this string. This is an old string, and doesn't that just irritate you? You get the lights lit up, but there's a segment that's out. And what do we normally do? We have to normally take these things and start pulling out bulb at a time to figure out which one's broken. You spend 2-3 hours on a $5 string of lights. Well, that's not effective. And I try to do things that are all about effectiveness. Well, if you've never heard of it, you know, I don't get an endorsement for this. It's just a consumer just like you. But this little device is called the Lightkeeper Pro. It's an incredible little thing. It's one of those things that truly does what it says it does. What this device does is it has a patented way to plug in this light string, and you click it and it sends a pulse down the line to clear up, I guess it's an electric impediment that keeps the voltage running through this wire. So you can sit here and plug all these lights in, but I've tested this a little bit, so I know here I can take a bulb out and then I can plug this thing right in here, the socket, and then I can click this, and sometimes I click it to clear it and light these lights up. I can figure out where my problem is. So let's see if it works. And sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time that will clear it right up. Now, we're not done, so we know that's not the problem. So let's put a light back in here. Sometimes you can just shake the wires. You know, you got a loose wire somewhere, but they're hard to find. Okay? The other thing the Lightkeeper Pro does, if you can play with this, and we might not be successful with this string, this is a really old string, but usually when you click that, you put that socket in there, take any bulb out, click it, and the lights light up, and then you can figure out the bulbs that are out. The other neat thing it does is it tests where there's a current. So if I press this button on the top, and it beeps, we have a good current. So we can trace the line and find out where there's a problem with our wire that we're not having continuity. And then we can go fix that problem and get this string of lights lit back up. But it's a very cool device, has a way to pop out bulbs. And I've had friends where they had their Christmas tree with lights on it, with a bulb out, and they've been going bulb by bulb. I take a bulb out, plug this in, go click, click, and the lights light up. And we fix the ones that are broken, and they're ready to go again. So if you've never used a Lightkeeper Pro, it is a handy, dandy little deal. Now, so one of the other things that we want to tell you today for a Christmas holiday tip is, I believe, Andrew, let me see if this is true on this one. Most of the pictures that I hang, you know, people put big screws and things like that. Let's go to this one, Andrew. A great idea is, I'll move this picture, see if you can zoom in here, Andrew, as close as you can. And what you'll see right here is this thing is hung up with a needle. So when you have pictures, and you can actually do pretty big pictures, don't use a pin, but use a needle, like a sewing needle. Break off the eye with a pair of pliers, drive that into your wall, hang your pictures on these needles, and then when you take pictures down, you can take a pair of pliers and pull that needle right out, and there's no hole there that you have to go patch later. We've been hanging in our family, we've been hanging pretty big pictures up with needles for the last 30 years. So 2 little tips for you for Christmas, great for your Christmas wreaths as well. But find you a Lightkeeper Pro. I think they carry them at Lowe's. But if not, you can go to lightkeeperpro.com. Watch the little video on there, and you'll get a better demonstration that we did here today. That was an old string, so we weren't successful with it. But watch the video, but it truly does work. It's pretty cool. We hope this helps you. Next week, we'll have another video posted, and I'll probably be talking about mind mapping. A concept way to take your ideas and brainstorm them in a graphical way. Pretty cool piece of software, and you really don't need software to do it. So tune in next week. We'll learn about mind mapping. Merry Christmas to you. I hope this helped you. We'll see you next week at the Desk with Dave.